Have you ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth almost effortlessly, while others work just as hard for decades and still feel like they're stuck? It doesn't usually come down to intelligence or luck, and surprisingly, it isn't about having a high income either. The difference often comes down to understanding one simple idea. An idea that's so powerful, Albert Einstein is often credited with calling it the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said that or not doesn't really matter, because the idea itself is extraordinary. It's called compound interest, and today, I want to show you something that most people never see. Not how to get rich quickly, but why wealth often looks invisible, right until the moment it isn't. Imagine two friends. They both start investing. One begins at 22. The other waits until 32. The second person invests more money every single month. They work harder, earn more, save more. Sounds like they should end up ahead, right? Most people would say yes, but in many cases, they don't. And once you understand why, you'll never look at time the same way again. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. We think money grows because we keep adding more of it. A little every month, again and again. But that's only part of the story. The real magic begins when your money starts doing something most people never think about. It starts working for itself. That's the moment everything changes. Before we get there, though, there's one important problem we need to talk about. Because millions of people believe they're doing the right thing. They're saving money, avoiding unnecessary spending, trying to be responsible. And yet, year after year, they're quietly falling behind. Not because they're making bad decisions, but because nobody ever explained the difference between saving money and growing money. And once you see that difference, the rest of this video will make a lot more sense. So, what's the difference between saving money and growing money? Let's start with something simple. Imagine you put $100 under your mattress today. Now imagine you come back 10 years later. How much do you have? Still $100? Nothing changed. At least, that's what it looks like. In reality, that money became less valuable every single year. Not because someone took it, but because prices kept moving while your money stood still. That's inflation. It's quiet. You don't notice it day to day. But over years, it slowly eats away at your purchasing power. Saving money protects today's paycheck. Growing money protects your future. And those are two completely different goals. So how do you actually grow money? This is where most beginners take a wrong turn. They start looking for the next big stock. Maybe it's Apple, maybe Nvidia, maybe whatever everyone is talking about this week. It feels exciting. It also feels like investing. But for most people, it's closer to guessing than investing. Here's a different way to think about it. Instead of trying to find the one company that might win, why not own a small piece of hundreds of successful companies? That's exactly what an index fund allows you to do. You're not betting on one business. You're investing in an entire market. Some companies will struggle. Others will thrive. Over time, history has shown that the winners tend to outweigh the losers. It's a surprisingly simple idea. And that's exactly why many people overlook it. Even Warren Buffett has repeatedly said that most people don't need to become expert stock pickers. A low-cost S&P 500 index fund is enough for the vast majority of investors, not because it's exciting, but because it lets time do the heavy lifting. And that's where compound interest quietly enters the picture. Most people imagine compound growth as a straight line. A little more every year. Nice, steady, predictable. But that's not what it looks like at all. It looks more like this. Almost nothing. Almost nothing. Still almost nothing. And then everything starts accelerating. Imagine pushing a heavy snowball. The first few meters are exhausting. It barely moves, but every turn adds more snow, which makes it bigger. And because it's bigger, it collects even more snow. Eventually, the snowball is doing more work than you are. It's compound growth. At first, you build the snowball. Later, the snowball builds itself. This is exactly why so many people quit too early. They don't quit because investing doesn't work. They quit because in the beginning, it doesn't feel like it's working. And honestly, that's one of the hardest parts of investing, not choosing investments, waiting long enough to let them work. So, if compound interest is really this powerful, where should you actually start? The answer is probably simpler than you think. Before investing a single dollar, make sure expensive debt isn't working against you. High-interest credit card debt grows faster than almost any investment can. Paying that off first is often the best return you'll ever get. Next, build a small emergency fund. Life has a habit of surprising us. A car breaks down. A bill shows up. You lose your job. Without emergency savings, those moments can force you to sell your investments at exactly the wrong time. And that's something you want to avoid. Once you've covered those basics, start investing. Not when you have thousands of dollars. Not when the market feels safe. Not when you think you've learned everything. Start when you're ready to be consistent. Even a small monthly investment can become surprisingly meaningful if you give it enough time. Then do one more thing. Automate it. Because the less often you have to decide whether to invest, the more likely you are to keep doing it. Consistency beats motivation almost every time. Here's something I wish more people understood. The biggest advantage in investing usually doesn't belong to the smartest person. It doesn't belong to the richest person either. More often than not, it belongs to the person who simply stayed in the game through the boring months, through the scary headlines, through the moments when nothing seemed to be happening. Because while they were waiting, compound interest was quietly doing its job. If you forget everything else from this video, remember this. Building wealth rarely happens in dramatic moments. It happens in small decisions, made over and over again. One automatic investment, one extra year of patience, one decision not to panic. On their own, they don't seem life-changing, but together, they can completely change where you end up. So before you close this video, ask yourself one simple question. What's one step you can take today that your future self will quietly benefit from? Maybe it's opening your first investment account. Maybe it's increasing your monthly contribution by just a little. Or maybe it's simply deciding to start learning instead of waiting for the perfect moment. Whatever your answer is, make it small enough that you'll actually do it. Because investing isn't about making one perfect decision. It's about making enough good decisions and giving them time to grow. Thanks for spending these minutes with me. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, consider subscribing. I make videos that simplify investing, personal finance, and long-term wealth without the hype. I'll see you in the next one.